So once again, it's that time of the season. It is season review time. We're going to take a look at all the players in depth as well. And I might have just signed a brand new goalkeeper for quite a lot of money. So welcome back to Academy to Anfield episode, I want to say 70. I think we're episode 70. Could be 69. One or the other. But yeah, welcome back to Academy to Anfield. Of course, season review. We're going to get this out of the way first and foremost. We've got a couple of things to look at. Like I said, may have signed a goalkeeper. Let the cat out of the bag there. But yeah, we might have signed a goalkeeper for a lot of money. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's just take a quick look at the season review. Of course, no trophy for the first time in probably all 6 seasons. As usual, we've not made any signings at all there. That will change after this year. Of course, if you did watch the last couple of episodes, you'll know we are now signing players. We'll talk about that in a second. But of course, there we go. We lost out on the Premier League by goal difference. Of course, if you did watch the last episode, Arsenal beat us to the title. They scored in the 85th minute to draw against Brighton, so finished second. UEFA Champions League, we got knocked out in the quarters. I mean, we're still desperate. I think we've made one final against Real Madrid. We are desperate to get there again. And then FA Cup, again, knocked out in the quarterfinals. And the Carabao Cup in the semi-finals. So, not been a season to remember in terms of trophies this year. Of course, biggest win there, 8-0 against Crystal Palace. We did enjoy the 5-0 last game of the season against City. Wish that was on there. Let's just take a look. Annual revenue, everything's coming down. All looking pretty depressing. So, we'll get off this screen as soon as possible. But if we look at our best 11, I've probably got to agree with that. I'm surprised Mark King hasn't really made it in there. Mo Salah's there. I mean, Joe Gomez as well. They might be quite dubious players to put in there. But yeah, there we have it. There is our season review. No, it's not. We've got one more page to take a look at. Jason Stone, Young Player of the Year. Dominic Soboslai, Fans Player of the Year. Goal of the season, Trent against Man United. That was nice. And then, of course, top scorer Jason Stone, who's had his best ever year for us. So that is the season review. Should we go and find out about these players? So what I've done, I've gone through to the 1st of July. I mean, before I show you, let's just talk about this. The idea is now I'm going to sign players 19 and under. I think someone said in the comments maybe go for 17, 18-year-olds, even 16-year-olds. But my kind of thought process behind that was, if I bring them in at 16 now, the likelihood of them actually developing by the time the save ends, i.e. FM25 starts, is it's not going to happen. If we were starting this save again from fresh, we'd say, youth players under 18 only. But I wanted to sign players 19 sort of and under, because if I sign them at 19, they've got a chance to make it into the first 11 in the next couple of years. So that was my thought process. Like I said, in another save like this, we wouldn't be doing that. I also said about signing players from the United Kingdom only, so like nationality, English, Welsh, Scottish, Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland we put in there as well. It's really hard to find a goalkeeper that is in the British nationality, sorry. So I've had to go outside that and sign a goalkeeper. I have kept it as 19 and under. Should we take a look? I've signed this man for 140 million. That's correct. You do see 140 million there. Balint Buna, I think we're going to call him. He is a 4-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, Hungarian goalkeeper, sweeper keeper, which is what we like. And of course, he's got a lot more growing to do. So we are really excited to have him in the team. And it costs us 140 million. He is a Bayern Academy graduate. Let me know what you think in the comments of him, guys. I mean, we've obviously got the money to buy him. However, let me just stop there and say, I will be looking to make the goalkeeper the only one that we've signed from outside the rules, because let's be honest, if we've not got a goalkeeper and when we play the season with Bailey Carrott and Luke Hewitson, we're not going to go very far. So yeah, that's kind of my thought process behind Buna. Like I said, if we were starting the save again, this probably wouldn't happen. You know, you kind of learn from your mistakes, and I think as this save's gone on, and you guys that have watched it with me will know it was quite stringent sort of rules we put in place to start with, and I mean 6 seasons into it, it's getting a little bit difficult. So we've signed a goalkeeper. Obviously, If you guys aren't aware, we did sign Darukan Tosin, I think. That's the first time I've tried to pronounce his name. But yeah, we've signed him. He's another 16-year-old English player though there. So looking forward to developing him as and when the time comes. So that's the only players we've signed so far. I will keep looking between July and the start of the season where we will play Brighton, I think it is. Yeah, they're Brighton. We've got a couple of testimonials. I don't like giving testimonials to players that are still at the club. Like Trent, Kelleher's just left. Probably doesn't really deserve a testimonial yet. He's still playing. Interestingly, just see who is putting Oxford United have put in a bid for him. I mean, he's better than that, surely. They are in the Championship, so yeah. Anyway, back to things. Alisson has left the club. As you can see, he is due to retire on the 27th of July, so 21 days' time. I did have something in my newsfeed to say he would like to stay at the club after his contract expires or his professional, basically after he retires. I can't see anything yet about him becoming anything. So we'll keep an eye on that because, it would be nice to maybe bring him back to the club if he's any good. But what we will touch upon is the players who have left before we talk about who is still at the club. So let's go to released players. So as you can see, Nalo went back end of last season, so we won't talk about him. Andrew Robertson has decided to... It was very quick. It all happened so suddenly. That's why we've not talked about it before this episode. After the last game of the season, he basically come out and said, I want to retire. And within a week, he was gone. So he's now an assistant manager. Not worth bringing him back to the club. Not with those kind of attributes. So, yeah, we'll leave him. Obviously, Alisson we just spoke about. Kelleher we just spoke about. We've also released Fabio Carvalho. Just wasn't getting the game time. He may have been a decent... He's wanted there, so he wants him, sort of Championship standard, really. Low Premier League standard. But yeah, he wasn't getting the game time that he wanted at all. Not a bad player, but, in the last 3 seasons alone, he's played 14 games, less than 15 games. So, got rid of him. And then Luke here, who at one point was very promising. Very promising. I think he did play a couple of games for us somewhere. He played one. There you go. Put him out on loan a few times, and it just didn't... I mean, that was a good season there for Wrexham in the Championship. 11 assists in 42 games. But yeah, he just wasn't going to cut it at the club, so we've decided to let him go. So let's talk about the players we do have. And obviously, we've showed you Boona. He will obviously be the first choice. Bailey Carrott here. Still got a little bit of growing to do. He's 19 years old. What we'll probably do, if he's not very happy at the minute, I think because we've just declined a few loans. But I do want to keep him at the club as a backup. So if he can become happier, we'll try and offer him a contract as a backup for a couple more seasons, rather because obviously at the moment it's running out next year. So Bailey Carrott and Boona will be our goalkeepers. Konate, still at the club there. And we have had a bid from a Saudi Arabian team, as you see, 4 Saudi teams there interested. I did decline one of them. I think it was about 27 million. And he's all right about it. So what we'll probably do is end up giving him a new contract as well. He's 31, but if we can get a couple more years out of him, just while we develop the other players, we will. On to our first, though. Jermaine Grant there. He's played a few times for us. Likes to be a ball-playing centre-back, And obviously he's got loads of potential there. He's already a good Championship defender. We will, for sure, be trying to get lots more games out of him this year as an 18-year-old. Played a few times last year in the Premier League, but this year we probably will look to try and partner Grant with Konate there. Of course, we've got Bradley and Trent, 2 players that everyone knows everything about. Even Bajcetic now at 25, everyone knows everything about him. Let's take a quick look anyway. See how we did last year. Obviously, I mean, average rating-wise, he's kind of 7.1 generally. Quite a decent average. Plays between centre-back and deep-lying playmaker in the midfield there. Pinnington. Now, Pinnington is a great backup for us. Obviously, last season was a big drop-off in game time for him, but he's kind of become a solid backup. So what we've done, we've actually offered him a new contract. Now we've got him till 2034. I think we had a couple of bids for him, so I thought we'd tie him down to a contract there. And yeah, he could be a fantastic backup to Grant and Konate. That is kind of the plan. And of course, like I said, we got Bajcetic there, who can slip into the defensive centre back, as well as Joe Gomez, wherever he may be. We'll take a look at him in a second. Where's Joe Gomez? Where's Joe Gomez? Why am I missing Joe Gomez? Let's find out. Right. So Joe Gomez is at Atletico Madrid. Why I didn't know this, I can't tell you. I can put it down to the fact that we haven't opened the save in 6 months. I wonder if there was a pre-contract agreement, because up until a few days ago, we've missed the inbox message. He's joined Atletico Madrid. So forget what I said about being a great backup. We've got Gomez, we've got Bajcetic, we've not got Gomez. So we may look at bringing in another centre back. We might look at promoting one from within. That'll be a headache for another day. But yeah, moving on to left back, of course, we've got Owen Beck there. That will become our first team left back. Not brilliant. Let's just say not brilliant. He's wanted by Luton and Sunderland, which says it all. Played 20 games for us last season. Actually didn't play too bad. He's got an average rating of 7.06. That is a big problem for us, the left back situation. We have got a couple of players in the youth team we'll look at in a second. We were looking at originally at Duran, who was a right back. We did change him to a left back. Still got quite a bit of potential, but he's lacking. He is very much lacking in current ability. So we might try and send him out on loan this year, see what state he comes back in. Gravenberch is one of our regular midfield starters. We know that now. Parsley will probably be leaving. He's out of contract. I don't see the point of keeping him around. We've got a lot of players from within we want to try and promote. So he didn't develop as we wanted. We did play him quite a few times for us. 5 games there, 5 games there, 12. Had a spell out on loan there at Portsmouth. And he's just not done the developing that we'd like. So, yeah, Parsley will probably be on his way out the door. And this will probably be the last you see of him. Of course, we've got Mark King there, who's currently at the World Cup along with England. And, yeah, we know about Mark King now. He's probably our best player there, passing 20, vision 18. He's a perfect specimen of a midfielder there. Developed, obviously, from within. Anyone that's followed the save. And moving on. So now, Dewey Griffiths, 4-star current ability, has dropped a bit. I think it was 5-star. Sorry, 4-star potential ability. I think he has dropped a little bit because I think he was 5-star. Again, deep lying playmaker position will probably be where we look to train him and keep him there. He's a natural there, so we'll look to develop him in that position. He will get a lot more game time this year. He's obviously only played 2 games off the bench for us last year. He will get lots of game time. Believe me, he will. And moving on. Sobersley, last year of his contract, does not want to sign a new one. I think he's had a lot of interest from Saudi Arabia, so we could potentially be losing him on a free next year. Still got Harvey Elliott, of course. We all know about Harvey Elliott. And I think we will... Antwi here, I think he was just on loan at Middlesbrough, played 45 games in the Championship, but, we just don't need him. I think we may look at having one more good loan out. He's 22 years of age. The likelihood of him coming back and being in the first team, we may end up getting rid of him this year. Of course, Sesse, who made his breakthrough last year, struggling a little bit here at the minute, but yeah, made his breakthrough last year, still 4.5 potential ability, made his breakthrough with 14 games, only 3 starts, so we probably will look to use him a bit more this year as well across the front 3. And then obviously Torniana, we know all about Torniana now. Still got 4.5 star potential. Of course, he's 21, so that will soon be disappearing. And hopefully we've still got a little bit more growth left in him. He's had a really good season for us, 10 goals and 7 assists. So his best season so far for us. And of course, could improve significantly more. So we will look at him. He's still not actually got a cap for England. 28 caps there for the under 21s. But and then Woodthorpe, I think Woodthorpe, who is still obviously 4.5 star potential ability as an 18-year-old, I think we may look to loan him out this year. Obviously, he only played 1 game off the bench for us. We might try and push him out on loan. However, we have lost Luis Diaz, or we will lose. We have lost Luis Diaz now. He's obviously contract run out, so we may look to promote within. Because on the left-hand side, you think we've got Tornianen, Woodthorpe, potentially Kumas there. So, yeah, we will not sure what to do with him yet. Salah, of course, is staying around. I would like to reduce his contract a little bit. Not so much money-wise. I couldn't really care less at the minute about money. We've got loads in the bank. But the star player thing, he's just not a star player anymore. And we can't afford to keep playing him as a star player when we've got the likes of Ben Doak here, who, on his day, when he's fit, is such a good player for us, playing off that right wing. And he can do both. But as you can see, only 23 starts in the league last year. It's just too injury prone to be relying on him a lot. And of course, we always talk about Lewis Kumas. 2.5 star current ability, decent Premier League. However, he is a decent backup, decent to bring on, and just an overall decent guy. Of course, Jason Stone. We've touched upon Jason Stone quite a few times now. Jason Stone, 18 goals last year in the league out of 29 games, best by far. You see his season before that, 11 goals. Hopefully, as a 22-year-old now, he will go on and score a few more and have a few more sort of 20-plus goal seasons, which would be really nice. Johnny Webb at one point had the world at his feet, 5-star potential at one point, I think it was. Now a 21-year-old, we may look to loan him out because he could potentially be a decent backup for us as well, versatile across the front. So he will probably go out this year. Failing that, we may try and look for a move away. But that is the first team. We obviously forgot Ronchi. Now, Ronchi is a funny one. Finishing first touch, absolutely brilliant. I mean, 12 games off the bench without a goal. I don't know whether to keep him around or try and loan him out and see him get some game time. Of course, we have got Jason Stone. We've got Kumas probably as the backup. But obviously, if I can facilitate giving Ronchi some time on the pitch, then we might keep him around. But he has got a load of loans or a load of clubs offering loans up for him, I think generally from the Championship. So we might take them up on that. Interesting to see Watford there in League One. Just for added information, why not? But that's the first team. Of course, Tosin there will probably get some game time this year. He's only 16, so we will sort of manage that as and when we need to. And then Devontae Gabrielson there. I have just given him a new contract because I think he could be a very good backup. We will probably look to loan him out again this year. Failing that, I mean, felt like he was too good to get rid of. I mean, he's valued at sort of between 16 and 90 million. It just felt too good to get rid of him. But what we probably will end up doing is loaning him out potentially to a Championship club if we can this year, and see how he gets on. But of course, other than those two, we have got Patrick Holland there, who can play as a left back. Now, we're screaming out for left backs, so he is one of my options. He's got decent acceleration, not that decent on pace, but could be one we look at. Obviously, very attacking generally more as a attacking left winger, but we could be using him as a left back. We've also got Dennis Walsh here, who can play both left back and right back, and as a centre midfielder. So again, we'll look at probably players like him. He's 19. We'll probably be looking at players like this to move on, potentially on loan, get some decent game time this year. But of course, our two best 16-year-olds, we've got Jordan Jevons here, who is a right winger. Got a lot of potential in him. Again, probably move him up into the team for a couple of games here and there. But obviously for the next year, really, it'll be youth football for him. As well with Thompson here, who's also a left back. Now, he was probably the one I thought, here we go, we finally got our left back. But in terms of what we like as a left back, someone actually getting forward, crossing the ball, etc., not brilliant. So if he can improve that, potentially, we've got a decent left back on our hands for the future. But of course, that's kind of it. Obviously, we've got a few down here. We won't go through them all. 3.5 star potential ability players. So that's the team. And of course, we've still got a little bit of the transfer season to keep going. So what I'm going to do is we'll play through the rest of the summer now. Come to the first game of the season where we'll play Brighton. But also, hopefully, I'll be able to catch you up with any more players that we've picked from whoever. But we'll keep it British. We'll try and keep it within the rules, within the means of the rules. But of course, we've got 1.3 million in our wage budget, which we don't need all that. So we'll probably try and move a bit of that to our transfer budget even, and see who we can buy. So Of course, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of the players we bought, especially of, where is he, Mr. Booner there. Nope, Mr. Booner there. That we signed. Let me know what you think. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.